weakness later. Therefore, become those who imbibe the elevated teachings of the Almighty Authority Teacher. Do not become those who imbibe the teachings of time. So making Baba my teacher, not making time my teacher. Some children have a heart-to-heart conversation with Bap Dada, or they have a heart-to-heart conversation amongst themselves. In an ordinary way, they continue to say, at the time, everything will work out fine, right? We'll wait. When it happens, when the time comes, everything will be fine. We will show it at that time, or we will do it at that time. However, you world transformer children have been given the task of invoking the perfect elevated time. Right? You are instruments to bring time of the golden morning. You are master creators of time. So it's not that when the time comes, I will be ready. But when I'm ready, the time will come. You are the transformers of time. That is the age. You are victorious over double Kal. So Baba is saying Kal as in form means death, and Kal also form of time. One Kal is time. The second Kal is that you are not influenced by death. We don't have fear of death. You are victorious. You are those who have received the blessing. May you be immortal. This is why you are not those who do everything according to the time, but you are those who follow Baba's orders. Time becomes the teacher of even those souls who don't have knowledge. Your teacher is Almighty Baba, so preparations are made ahead of time, not during the time of need. You belong to the ever-ready army that has the weapons of all powers. Therefore, constantly check, have I imbibed the weapons of all the powers? If any power, that is, any weapon is missing, Maya will attack you through the method of that weakness. Therefore, do not be careless in this. Everything else is fine. There is just a little weakness in this one thing. However, this one weakness becomes the way for Maya to attack. Just as the Father has promised that when the children remember the Father, He is always with them. In the same way, Maya has also challenged. So when we remember Baba, Baba is with us. When we remember Maya, Maya is with us. I am present where there is weakness. This is why even the slightest trace of weakness will invoke the progeny of Maya. You are children of the Almighty Authority, and so you have to become full in all aspects. In all respects. How do you describe the right of the inheritance that the Father gives you, or the reward of the godly study, or the degree that you receive from the teacher? Do you say full of all virtues? That means this is guarantee with confirmation. Or do you say full of virtues? This is a question mark, doubt. You say fully viceless. 16 celestial degrees full. You don't say 14 degrees. You speak of the inheritance of 100% complete happiness and peace. So you will have to become like that, will you not? Or do you think that one or half a weakness will be allowed? The account is deep. He is the innocent Lord, Bholenath, right? Innocent Lord. But Baba is saying, but Baba is also the knower of the philosophy of karma. Law of karma, Baba also adhere, follow, bound by the law of karma. Baba gives multifold for one grain and he accounts for every grain. If one or half a weakness remains, then in terms of attainment too, you will have to come half a birth or if for one birth later, you will then not be able to come together with Sri Krishna or in the royal family or close relationship with the first world emperor and empress, Lakshmi and Narayan, just as the era will begin with 111. In the same way, only the number one souls will be able to attain the happiness of new relationships. They've earned it. New matter. Number one, new souls. New means new souls who have come down from up above. The new kingdom, the happiness of the time of newness, and the happiness of the number one Sato Pradhan elements of nature. Number one means those who win over Maya. Then the account will be accurate. The promise you have made to Baba to attain the blessing and inheritance is that you will live him, go back with him, and come back into the kingdom with Brahma Baba. You haven't promised that you will follow later. You have to become equal. You have to live with him, with Shiv Baba now, right? Live with him. Perfection and equality enable you to claim a right to the reward of constant company. Therefore, what would you attain if you waste the time for becoming full and equal by being careless, right? Baba is telling, and equal by carelessness, and then become aware at the final moment. So then there is regrets, the regrets, disappointments if I am not prepared myself ahead of time. So today, Baba was checking everyone's weapons of all powers. Baba gave the result. Baba saw 3 types of children, right? As Baba mentioned earlier. You might be thinking that as you progress further, a little of this mischief of carelessness will be allowed because Baba will help you at least that much. However, make sure that this mischief doesn't deceive you during those delicate times. And children should not, out of mischief, complain and say, well, we didn't think that much. Therefore, realize that delicate times are coming in front of you. We feel that so much here. I'm sure many of you know what is happening in LA and what's happening in US in general, but more so also in LA. We do feel times are very delicate. The community has become very delicate. so much tension in the society, in traffic. So Baba is really, even the city is preparing us to be ready for anything that has to happen. So Baba says, many different types of upheaval will continue to increase. These are the signs of the times to come. This is a signal in the drama for you to become full quickly. Do you understand? Nowadays in Madhuban, there is the meeting of rivers from 3 places. There is the Mela of Triveni River, is there not? Bab Dada is pleased on seeing the love of the children who have come with deep love from 3 places. You don't know the language of words, but you know the language of love. Those from Karnataka are those who know the language of love. And what do those from Punjab know? Those from Punjab are clever in challenging. So the challenge of the divine lands of kings, Rajasthan, is one that will bring cries of victory instead of cries of distress. Madhuban is in Rajasthan. What do those from Gujarat do? Those from Gujarat constantly swing in swings. You also swing in the swing of the fortune of being physically close at the confluence age. Even in distance wise, they are the closest to Madhuban. Baba says they are in the calling distance. You swing in happiness, that you are the closest of all. So Gujarat means those who swing in the different types of swing. This is a variety group. Everyone loves variety. In a bouquet, you love to see a variety of flowers of different colors, beauty, and fragrance. Acha, to all the powerful souls who have come from all directions and who always remain alert. To those who always have the weapons of all powers. To those who become perfect and full and give all souls the cooperation of powers. To those who bring the elevated time and the elevated age. To the most elevated children who become number 1 age transformers and claim a right to the number 1 fortune of the perfect kingdom, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Okay. So we will just read 2 more paragraphs and then after that we can just have some sharing. So Bapdada meeting groups from Punjab. You are constantly moving forward at every step with the power of remembrance and earning an income of multi-millions, are you not? Do you continue to check whether there are multi-millions being accumulated at every step? Baba is asking, are we earning good fortune, good karma? The steps in remembrance are overflowing. The steps without remembrance are not overflowing. So good karma comes when I'm conscious, when I'm aware. And being aware and being conscious happens when there is yoga power, right? So Baba says, there is no income in them. So you are the children who earn an income by accumulating at every step, are you not? Children who earn an income are said to be those who bring an income. One are those who simply eat, drink, and waste everything, and others are those who accumulate an income. Which children are you? There, the children earn for themselves and also for their father. Here, Baba doesn't want anything. Baba doesn't need anything, right? You earn for yourself. Check that you are the children who constantly earn at every step and then accumulate because times are becoming delicate. Again, Baba is emphasizing. So, to the extent that you have accumulated your income, you will continue to experience the elevated reward very easily. In the future, you have the attainment anyway. So, there will be attainment of this income now at the confluence age and also in the future. So, are all of you those who earn or those who earn and use it up? They earn and they finish. I feel people in India, they have more savings than the people here. Here they have more debts in credit cards because people are so technology conscious. They are so status conscious. They need to be in par with what everyone else are having. So you earn and then you use it up too. So savings are far less. So as the father, so the children. Just as the Father is full and perfect, in the same way, children are also those who remain constantly full. All of you are courageous, are you not? You are not those who are afraid, are you? You weren't afraid, were you? Was there the slightest fear, even in your thoughts, or not? This is nothing new. This has happened so many times. It has been repeated so many times. It is happening again now, and so there is nothing to be afraid of. Shaktis are also fearless, are you not? You Shaktis are always victorious, always fearless. As you stay under the Father's canopy of protection, you remain fearless. There is fear when you consider yourself to be alone. There cannot be fear under the canopy of protection. Always fearless. Victory of the Shaktis is constantly remembered. All of you are the victorious lioness, right? Are you not? If there isn't victory of the Shiv Shaktis and the Pandavas, then whose victory would there be? Pandavas and Shaktis are victorious every cycle. Baba has love for you children. Nothing can happen to the children who are loved by the Father and to the children who remain in remembrance of the Father. If there is weakness in remembrance, you can be affected slightly. When you have the canopy of protection of remembrance, nothing can happen to you. Bap Dada saves you in one way or another. Since he is the support of the devotee souls, he is always the support of the children. Right? I think we will stop here and we'll continue tomorrow. I guess in this Murli, every word that Baba said, it hit me home, I would say, because of the many experiences I currently had, it really, really hit me home when Baba spoke about delicate times. Baba spoke about when we are in Baba's remembrance, Baba, anything is, possible, means Baba protects in every ways. And I'll just share some experiences, and then any of you who feel inspired to share, then, do share as your experiences. So, because of the change in the immigration system, in the economy policies, tariffs, customs, so there's a big uproar that has been still happening. It has happened and still happening here in the US. And, we lovingly call him our brother, brother, our Trump. Here they call him as the Orange Man because of his tan skin. And so they are targeting state of California more so than other states. And here we are, LA's in California. And why California is the biggest target for the Trump administration? Because it is the 5th highest earning state, in the whole world, and it's the highest earning state in US, and it is the biggest democratic state in US. So he didn't earn much votes from the state of California. And because California was actually initially was part of Mexico. It was a land that was part of Mexico, but it was US that seized it from Mexico. And so California has the highest number of Mexicans, or I would say even Hispanics. Hispanics are people from the South America who speak Spanish and Portuguese. So Hispanics in general, but of course more so Mexicans, because California is a border of Mexico and US. So I would say 50% of the, or 60% of the skilled workers, skilled workers means the construction sites, sewage cleaning, housemaids, janitors, these are all skilled works. 60 to 70% are Mexicans. And some may have papers, some don't. People who work in the restaurants are also Mexicans. And there's this team set up by the Trump administration. It's called ICE. It means Immigration and Custom Enforcement, ICE. And what is ICE? It's a group that targets those without papers. And they just suddenly, they ventured into California, and they started raiding different cities in California. And it's a very, I would say, unjustified raid, where they would just come and they would just grab people from the street. They would just storm into the malls. They would just storm into shops, restaurants, and they will just get people, in just hundreds. They just grab them, put them in a van, and take them away. And their family members don't even know what has happened to them. They don't even know if they are still in the country, they're deported somewhere, no news about them, no communication. And this includes even pregnant women, separated from the kids, husbands who've gone to work and didn't return home, young kids who were just taken from schools. And it just goes in hundreds. And we don't even know where these souls are. And there's a huge protest. The citizens here, They have formed rallies, protests in thousands and thousands of them have come onto the streets. And, in San Diego, when it happened, it had a big group there, but it was kind of peaceful. They were not demonstrating violence, the protesters. But in LA, it turned ugly. The demonstrators were burning cars, breaking down shutters, breaking down glasses. So it turned ugly. And then the army. So they had to call the National Guards, which are the armies. There were 3,000 armies in downtown LA. And thankfully, Baba's Center, where the center is, it's in the mid city of LA, which is a bit further from downtown LA, where the huge mega demonstrations and the army troops came in. So since it's a bit further, we didn't really see the uproar, but many roads were blocked. There were a lot of curfews. We couldn't travel out. And in fact, we were, with three sisters here, we were actually in Cerritos in a different city. And we were supposed to come back the night. It was a Sunday night. We were supposed to come back. We had some programs there. And we didn't even know about this rally that was happening. We got so many calls from students. They said, "Where are you? Don't travel now. Things are getting very ugly," because the freeway, or the highway, as you would call in India, passes through downtown to get to our center. And people were running mock, they were running wildly on the roads, and cars were chasing. So they had to block the freeway. They said, "Don't go, it's kind of dangerous." So Baba really, how Baba sent the signal at the right time, because we actually sat in the car to pull out, to drive out. And that is when we got the call. So we turned off the car, and then we went back into the Cerritos Center, and we stayed the night there. And then the next day, because Geeta Ben had a doctor's appointment, so two of us had to come back to LA. So Sister Sneha stayed back in Cerritos, and I drove Geeta Ben myself to LA. And we saw just shattered glasses, tires, baton sticks, hammers on the road. And there was still police patrol, and so a 4-lane became a 2-lane, and they were controlling the traffic. And as I was driving, I saw this one girl. Suddenly, I have no idea where she ran from, and she was carrying this board. It has protesting sayings on the board, and she didn't have any face. She was just running in front of cars. And the cars had to stop because, nobody wanted to hit her. But and the police were chasing her, and she was running away, and she was just demonstrating, going car to car, car to car. And she just came right in front of, Baba's car too. And I said, okay, I could see her in a distance, and I knew she was coming towards. And she was banging on every car in the front trunk. And I said, okay, Baba, things are getting ugly. The police is chasing. The police are on their foot in the traffic. So you take care. And she hit the car in front of Baba's car and the car behind. Baba's car was not scratched. She didn't even come in front of Baba's car. She just bypassed and she went. Even the police bypassed our car and went. And then we just drove. And that's when we saw how things were just so delicate. That's why I really understand when Baba said things are very delicate. And in terms of economy, things are getting pricier here because of the tariffs that was imposed. So many countries that has exported their items here, they have increase the prices. And so it hits us hard, on many things. And that's why, remember, Baba always say, have supplies, have emergency supplies. And all of Baba's children had so much concern for the center. Both centers, they started bringing in food ration, food supply, emergency food that can last long. And because everyone knows when something happens outside, everyone is going to come running to Baba's house. So they were, just being very concerned, and we could see, that love and care. And then we had so many phone calls from seniors, from Moini Didi, from Madhuban, from Vedanti Ben, and people just calling, what happened? Are y'all okay? They say, yeah, we were like, Baba always say the kitten stays within that canopy and feels protected. We say the world is turning upside down, but we feel Baba's home is somehow protected. We don't feel that here, but when we step out and we go, we feel the heat outside. And in Baba's home is just this canopy. And that was one experience. And another thing is, when Baba says that in this time, crucial time, many sanskaras erupts, right? Many sanskaras erupt within the Brahmin family, within outside. It's just whatever baggages that we've been carrying and we haven't dealt with, everything just comes up. So I do see those trends happening in many of our Pakka Brahmins. Some getting into addictions, some just being shaken, some getting addicted to marijuana, weed. And in the beginning, I was a bit surprised because these are souls who have been Baba's pillars many years, many decades. And things are happening, And of course, when they come and share, or some souls, they are avoiding coming to the center, and then I would just call them, no, come, we need help, we need seva, we need some hands, and then just encourage them to come, and then they come. And some of them, they somehow they don't even go into Baba's room. Then that's when I feel, okay, something is odd. Something is odd in their behavior, in their character, knowing them for decades. Why is there suddenly some change? So I just, asked one soul, it's a very beautiful brother, very beautiful, gentle soul, this brother. And I just asked him, like, because he was getting so irritated, annoyed every time. This has been going for months. And this time I'm alone in the center because Sneha Ben is sent to Cerrito Center. She's there. Gita Ben has gone for a month to Brazil for Rakhi. So I'm here by myself. And I called his brother, and as we were talking, I just asked him, brother, because I was getting the strong touch. I just asked him, brother, are you smoking? He just went silent. And I knew it wasn't cigarette, because cigarette gives smell, and cigarette turns your lips black and turns your skin dark, your nails. So I knew for sure it's not cigarette. So my next thought was it weed, marijuana? And I just asked him. He froze. And he was trying to go away, I said, like, okay, I have to leave now. I said, brother, just tell me if everything is okay. You're my brother. And you can trust. We've known each other for more than 20 years. And nobody's here. And I'm gonna take your secret to my grave. And then he said, well, I didn't do it today. I did it yesterday. And then I just asked him, is it for health reason? Because I do know he has some health issues too. And so here, California, they made marijuana legal. So anyone above 18, you can buy it. I asked him, is it for health purpose? And then he just, he put his head down. He said, no. Then I asked him, are you reading Murli? Or at least do you listen to Murli? He says, no. Then I said, okay, I know you come center only once a week. Why you don't join Murli on Zoom? He said, oh, I hate Zoom. I don't like Zoom. And you cannot brainwash me to have Zoom. I said, okay, I'm not brainwashing you. I'm just saying, you're such a beautiful soul. Baba needs you. Yagya needs you. Center needs you. And if there is some way we can help, then we definitely want to be there for you. And without Baba's Murli, without meditation, none of us will go anywhere. None of us will progress. And seva alone is not the reason you come here. And I just told him directly, because he feels that, which I understood then. I had a hunch, I had a feeling about this, but I just wanted to clarify because he is so passive. He doesn't speak much. Whatever work you give, he just do. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't mingle with anyone. He doesn't come in gatherings. But whenever help is needed, he will come. So I just said, we don't just call you just only for seva. We love to have your company too. You can come and join us for lunch. You can come and join us for dinner. We can have some chat. We can have some chai. So it's not that you only come here when we call you or when we have seva. And then he said, well, I can't do any other seva. This is the only seva I can do. And if I don't do this, then I feel I'm not important for the family. Then I don't feel valued. Then I said, well, that's not true. We love you not because of the service that you offer, but we love you for who you are. You're a family. And his brother is actually is an Iranian. He's from Iran. And so then I was just saying, but I know that when you take substances like this, it messes up your brain. It messes up your rationality. It messes up your emotions. And I can see now why this soul had been acting very oddly in all these months. And so many things are happening. And then purity. Purity is the biggest test paper all of us will experience in any level. Purity in company, purity physically, purity in food, purity in the information that we are absorbing. Purity is the biggest challenge we all will face. And I see many BKs are getting tested by this purity, and that is why, Baba, I'm always preparing myself that, Baba, no matter what situation comes in front of me, no matter what news comes in front of me, I do not want to be surprised. I don't want to be surprised, and neither do I want to be disappointed. I want to be available for every soul. And even if physically they are not coming, but just having that beautiful feelings, like, drop by drop, Baba kehta hai na, drop by drop. When the right time comes, let the soul come. Let the soul come. Maybe the soul needs space. Maybe the soul needs some freedom or lightness, and just giving that drop by drop, having that patience. One day they will come. One day they will come. One day it will all work out for that soul. And so I have to work on my stage internally also, to be able to witness all this, and yet just having an inclusive nature for everyone, no matter what character they are, having that inclusiveness. And I really learned that Mama is my biggest inspiration for that inclusiveness. And this is what I felt. That's what I was saying. This Murli hit me home. Is because I read this Murli at the right time, at this present moment, based on whatever that was happening. So Baba was signaling me on this. So this was the sharing. Anyone feels inspired to share?
Om Shanti, sister. What you were sharing is just a part of a rehearsal, what Baba said. If you come to the other part of the world, there are still so many more things happening. Some are, this is what you shared, what is happening in America, you see, even in India or Iran, everywhere is there. But if but that is why in today's Murli, Baba is saying, maybe you're only holding the weapons at time of need. Why don't you constantly hold the weapons? Then you're not going to see all that. Because there is still the two things. When Baba said the five vices, the five elements have to come together. That is the greater upheaval. What you're seeing now are just rehearsals. So
Yeah.
instead of, and Baba saying, instead of talking about it and listening about it, become one to be equipped about it. You were referring to Mama's Murli. See, in one thing what he spoke in Mama's Murli yesterday, E Shiromani Radhe, why I'm the light of the children's remembrance is not coming to Paramdam. Only when that light reaches me can I come out. I want to come and help the children, but I can't because I want each one of them to play their part. I have my part. So I think the Murli is very clear. Instead of even saying that this is happening and that is happening, I think we have to become constant holder of all these weapons. Then only we will become victorious over double caste. That's what I feel one should do in whatever delicate times upheavals. We are still just on the road. There are still miles and miles to cross. And before that, let us allow our light to reach Paramdam through our volcanic remembrance. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Anyone else? Anyone feels inspired from Baba's Murli? Anything you want to share?
Om Shanti.
Shanti.
The Amrit Vela is the most important. It's Baba has told us the time, the nectar time, where we receive all the weapons, right? And the spiritual weapons. And the more we are doing the Amrit Vela constantly and also deep dive into the experience and experiencing God like just like Baba. There's a stage there in that what we call as volcanic yoga, Jwalamukhi yoga. Then we are able to actually address that's the call of the time where we can be the solution oriented towards such souls who are getting into distress and who are the five vices are emerging as we brought out, and the five elements co-working together with full force. So the Amrit Vela, when we are in volcanic stage, then we can reach these souls around us and on the globe from Paramdham in beach group seed stage, and then give the Prakash from there, and that's I think that's the answer to how do we tackle these such souls who are getting distracted, and because they have this 63 birth sanskars, so that's coming out. That's law of karma. But then we as the change agents, we as a game changers, we can influence their life and they can get associated with Baba. Om Shanti.
Yes.
And Baba also said about double card. That was nice. One card is the winning the time. The card is time, and the second card is the depth. So here we have to become victorious over these double cards, time and the depth. So we have to win the time. So we have to become perfect before time. We should not let time to be our teacher. As we know, the time is getting so delicate. That's what we see around the world. Right, so there's not enough time. So whatever time we get, we have to utilize them. And it also says that we are becoming ever ready before time. So ever ready means if, not even necessarily error or is one weaknesses that will also affect us, because Maya exactly knows what our weakness is, and if one weakness is there, knowing that Maya is going to hit at the right place, so that on that weakness, so that will that might defeat us at the end. So we have to be very careful in that. So thank you, Krista, for that wonderful sharing.
Thank you. So we can meditate. Is that what it is?
Sure.
Can I add one little reflection, just 1 minute? There are a lot of souls who are leaving their bodies, very masses, masses, thousands and thousands of the souls are shedding their bodies instantly. And such souls, because the gate is closed for the Paramdham right now, so these souls are they'll be wandering on the globe. And in case we have any kind of a weakness, then the soul which is having a weakness is a easy prey for such souls. And this also we will be witnessing very soon. In fact, currently is happening. And Baba says as much as 8 souls can enter uh, such weak soul's body and then create a mess. So there, this concept what Baba brought out today's Murli, कालों का काल महाकाल की मैं संतान हूँ. मैं So that affirmation and and also attention that I do not have any weakness. I should work on the weakness, give the weakness to Baba, and make a vow that I'll never, uh, do that mistake again, and take more power from Baba. Keep the battery fully charged. All weapons at your order. We should be able to be always alert and attention. With attention and alertness, we can come over this and also help other souls to come out of this ocean.
Thank you. Shanti. Om Shanti. We will meet tomorrow.
Om Shanti. Thank you to Baba. Thank you, Venuben. Thank you, Divine Family. See you tomorrow at 5 a.m. Until then, have a beautiful day.